All right, and we're back. One Piece chapter 1131. Last chapter, we ended off with Luffy meeting Loki. So let's see what this interaction turns into and if Luffy's going to ask him to join the Straw Hats. So let's get right into it. All right, 1131, Loki of the Underworld. Volume 18, chase down the culprit who stole the katana. All right. So we got the cover story with Yamato continuing here, and she's with Speed and Tama and Komachi and or Koma Inu. I forget what the name of Tama's dog is, but they're chasing down the guy that stole the katana, who is probably going to be Yukimaru, the guy that was stealing swords basically during the Wano arc. So let's see what the chapter has in store for us. Luffy, finally, the long-awaited Elbaf. This is really Elbaf. We've been wanting to come here for ages. Everything here is so big. Oh, really? Good to know, by the way. All right, so I'm kind of wondering to myself, what is this man scheming here? Luffy's not a complete idiot, so, but he can be outsmarted at times if he's just, first getting to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Luffy tends to be a good judge of character, so we're going to see what's going to go on with this interaction right here. Do you think Usopp will notice that too? What's on top of that tree? Hey, ... I heard that this is a country that has always been at war, the strongest country in the world. Is that true? I've never seen this many giants. Since I was on the ship with Uncle Dory and Brogy, it was amazing. And Loki's kind of giving them a look like, what are you talking about? He's like, hey, he's you could tell he's getting sick because he's trying to say something and Luffy's just kind of over talking it, yapping it up. This is incredible. And then he says, hey, really loud. And he's like, I'm talking to you. And you could tell just by him yelling, it's like, to put the speed lines here where that shit is booming through the forest right now. I'm surprised that the other Straw Hats that are on the drawbridge won't be able to hear this guy yelling like this. You know what I'm saying? But clearly the animals in the forest are reacting to it. So Loki continues by saying, I am it says, quote unquote, sun god, carried through the centuries in this land's tale. Don't open your mouth without permission, human. A cursed prince of Elbaf, Loki, world government special bounty, 2.6 billion berries. Holy shit. So he's just like lagging a little bit behind Luffy there. Luffy's at 3 bill right now. And he's higher than both Dory and Brogy, who last chapter, they got their updated bounties that are at 1.8 billion, I think. So clearly and they was putting in work at the end of Egghead against the Gorosei of all people. So clearly this is to show us that Loki is not someone to just, turn our nose up at and this bounty ain't nothing to sneeze at, obviously. Answer me. What do you think about the situation I'm in? Well, he don't know you, nigga. Well, if Luffy has some backstory, then he might have a real opinion, but let's see. What do I think? You're locked up, aren't you? Very wise, but no one wants to be locked up, right? Like anyone else, I'd like to be free too, if possible. And I've been stuck here for 6 years. 6 years? I'm the most powerful being in Elbaf, but this tree here is the kingdom of Warland itself. The Atom Treasure Tree. Ooh, okay. So this is the tree that the Adam's wood probably comes from. Basically, it's what the wood that Frankie took, the money that Frankie took from Usopp in the Water 7 arc. He basically used it to get Adam's wood, which at the end of the arc, he eventually turns into the Thousand Sunny. But it's obviously rare because it comes from this one tree that's on Elbaf. And Loki's given us a little bit of context and backstory about this tree. So let's keep it going. These chains are made of sea stone, so they drain my strength and keep me trapped. Yeah, because he's got some kind of devil fruit, obviously. I need to ask you something, Rhodey. Okay. It's Luffy. That's funny. Let's make a deal, Luffy. Rhodey is crazy. You're a pirate too, right? If you unlock these chains and set me free, I'll completely wipe out a pirate crew. Yo, this guy is not playing, yo. That you want gone. What do you say? The keys should be somewhere in the village. It's hilarious because he don't know who he's talking to. Um, there's nobody else on this island whose bounty probably even comes close to his. If Dory and Broggies are just 1.8 and he's 2.6, but he doesn't even realize he's talking to somebody that's 3 billion. Since he doesn't know Luffy's name, clearly he doesn't realize that he's Yonko. I'm not asking for the impossible. And Luffy's like, huh? Oh, I forgot to mention, this is the lower level of Elbaf, known as the underworld, quote unquote. A place no one dares to approach. And Luffy's just looking at him like, oh, word? Those labeled as quote unquote criminals are sent here. This land itself serves as both prison and an execution ground. If you dig through the snow here, you'll find a ton of giant and human bones. Damn, they're not playing. All right. What do we got going on in the back here? Someone picking up a tree and then smashing it. And it says, according to our mythology, one second, let me see if I can zoom in on this. This isn't the usual TCB scan, so I gotta zoom out a little bit. All right, there we go. Where is that? Where is that? One second. Luffy gives him a look. He says, if you dig through the snow here, you'll find a ton of giant and human bones. Something in the background is crushing a tree like this. According to our mythology, this mountain has existed for tens of thousands of years and is known as the primordial world. Okay. And we got some giant animals here. We got a snake, I think. A wolf, a gorilla, and a polar bear. Of course, the polar bear looks like Beppa. Okay, let's see. A world where the sun has died, you foolish human. I don't know what you came to do on this snowy mountain, but beware of the wild beasts. Every snowy mountain has its own master. They've been my friends since I was a kid. Ooh, this brings back memories. Yeah, this is what I was saying last chapter, or a couple chapters ago, maybe at this point, how Luffy's kind of got a familiarity when it comes to giant animals, specifically, because he spent his at least a portion of his 2-year time skip on the island of Erskine, basically training not only his hockey, but to survive, basically, on this island with these giant animals. Let's continue. They might not stay quiet if you mess with me. Okay, can I click in on this? 1 second. Okay, there we go. Now I can see better. These small fries here are the humans who dared pick a fight with Elbaf. They're just a bunch of walking corpses clinging on to life, wearing filthy clothes just to avoid being devoured by beasts. So I'm wondering why, Loki has this outlook when it comes to humans, because right now, he seems like he's kind of racist, to be honest. But it's going to be interesting because, Luffy has that effect on people where before they meet him and after they meet him, he can completely change the way a character views their own place in the world and then views everything else in the world around him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is an interesting starting point for Loki's character, and I'm interested in seeing how his arc continues from here to the end of the story, whether he's more of an antagonistic figure or somebody that's going to just, grow alongside Luffy in this arc. You know what I'm saying? It's clear that he's going to have like a very significant relationship with Luffy specifically. I'm curious if that'll also be the case with Usopp a little later on. Because for whatever reason, I kind of thought that Usopp was going to be the first person to meet Loki, but Luffy, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going. These small fries here are the humans who dared pick a fight with Elbaf. They're just a bunch of walking corpses clinging on to life, wearing filthy clothes just to avoid being devoured by beasts. Come on, boss, that's a bit harsh. Who's that guy? Can I skin him? Think he's got anything valuable? I don't want to pass out like last time, got it? Who would have thought that quote unquote Yonko Shanks the red-haired would be in a place like this? What? You all mentioned, and then he said, "What? You said Shanks? We did, but that's nothing compared to what's going on now. What did he do? Did he tame the Mountain Lords?" Wait a second, who's this little guy? That's hilarious. Basically, Luffy, he's a great hunter. I just reacted to the Hunter x Hunter chapter, but if you're familiar with Hunter x Hunter, you know that most hunters tend to have like a unique, very good relationship with animals and things like that. And it just kind of shows that they're a good hunter and whatnot. And Luffy is kind of embodies that spirit, you know what I'm saying? Where he's very one with nature, if you will. You said Shanks, we did, but that's nothing compared to what's going on now. What did he do? Did he tame the Mountain Lords? Wait a sec, who's this little guy? Did Shanks come to this place? Are you a friend of Red Haired? And he smiles and Loki smiles and says, "Ah, that cowardly pirate? Yeah, he showed up." Okay. Now I'm curious what his relationship with Shanks is about to be. Okay. And Luffy just goes gear 4 and attacks him. What the fuck? Okay. He punches Loki right in his face, it looks like, kind of. And his like little minions are like, lower Loki. Wait, you idiot. It was just a joke, a joke. And Luffy is like, huh, don't say things like that, even as a joke. You see, you always need a guy like Luffy to be your man and your crew, because he started talking a little bit spicy about Shanks and Luffy just whopped immediately. Yo, I can't move, you moron. I'm gonna kill that jerk as soon as I'm out of these chains. If you can't move, then don't piss me off. Next time you say something like that, I'll smash you into this tree. Cut it out, you idiot. Luffy's hilarious, bro. I can't. Anyway, why did Shanks come here? Why did he come to see you? Did he have some business here? Is he still in Elbaf? Of course I'm not telling you for free. And we come back to the Straw Hat group with Nami and Usopp. Nami's like, wait, everything's shaking. Luffy's like, Luffy. Usopp's like, we're gonna die. Of course he is. Anyway, he's looking through some binoculars and he says, no way. And Chopper's like, what, no way? Someone's coming. I don't know who it is. Oh, wow. And it's, what's this guy's name? I forgot what his name is. The fake sun god. He's running after them now. But I don't know who it is. But his whole body's burned like he was struck by lightning. Which is hilarious because we obviously know that Nami is the one that struck him with the lightning. Maybe it's that sun god from within. I knew it. Okay. The chubby guy and the warrior lady are coming after him. They're bringing the Sunny. Okay, that's crazy. What do you mean by the Sunnies here? Guess there's no choice. I'll have to cut them. Zoro's like, all right, well, time for violence. Don't. They might be friends of the masters. They might be friends of the masters. We're almost there. Okay, so Usopp's like, we don't know what their relationship could be with Dory and Broggy, so let's not just like cause havoc just for the sake of causing havoc. Look, the goal is right before us, but little does he know, Luffy could potentially be, I don't know, he didn't really start off on the best foot with Loki, and because he's not like, Luffy is a good judge of character, he might not release him just off the fact that, what he was saying about Shanks. But when you think about Luffy, it's like, the only reason why he attacked him for saying that is because of his own personal relationship with Shanks. That wasn't some moral high ground type shit. So it's really going to depend on how Luffy actually feels about Loki as to whether or not he's going to be the one that ends up releasing him. So let's continue. They might be friends of the masters. We're almost there. But Loki's not even trying to be on some friendly shit, to be honest, because he's trying to leverage the situation to get himself into a better position at the end of the day, right? We've got no choice but to run full speed ahead. It has to be up there, the quote-unquote Elbaf village. If they catch up to us, we're done for. All right, now we're back with the other group of the Straw Hats, and we see Dory and Broggy. We got here Warland Underworld. All right, we got a moose. Good thing we made it just in time. So I guess they're already on Elbaf themselves now. Oh, this is no, I'm lying. This is not Dory and Broggy. This is Hajruden. So Hajruden is in the same area that Luffy is right now. But same area on this giant ass island, like it could be a completely different part of the quote unquote underworld. But anyway, their meat is a delicacy. I can already see the Straw Hats smiling. After all, they don't have these up in the forest up above. New giant warrior pirates captain Hajrudin, but they're heavy. They're heavy, huh? How are we gonna carry them? What is this? Some kind of giant freaking monster moose or whatever is what they just knocked the fuck out of just now. New giant warrior pirates shipwright Stanson. We can't use the spinter because it's known. Spinter, no idea. Don't say that. This meat is for those who saved our lives. Hajrudin trivia. Hajrudin was drawn into the plots of the ex-warlord Doflamingo and the New World's Dressrosa. He is one of the 7 captains in the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, whose existence was nearly wiped out but was rescued by the Straw Hat pirates. Okay. Ooh, did you see? See, we did it. So, it's because it's both of them lifting up this big ass moose dinosaur looking thing. I don't even know what's going on. It's like a mix between a moose and a T-Rex. Okay. We are the new pirates, the giant warriors of Elbaf. I'm guessing that Dorian Broggy had some kind of sing song shit that went with the original warrior pirates, and so they kind of made their own version. Anyway, the new giant warrior pirates, and then it's got Captain Hajrudin, the cook Goldberg, Dr. Gerd, shipwright Stanson, and the navigator Rode, all of which we've seen now over the last couple chapters, and self-proclaimed subordinates of the Straw Hat Pirates, the generation after Dorian Broggy. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't realize that they were that close in, I guess, age, whatever. They're the ones directly after Dorian Broggy, which I kind of figured they were like maybe 2 generations after. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. Okay. Elbaf coastal waters. Now we are with the other group of Straw Hats. How is it, Robinson? And is Brooke saying that? This is my first time cutting a woman's hair. My heart was racing. Though I don't have the heart to race. Yo ho ho ho. Skeleton joke. Oh my god. You don't even have a heart? That's anti-science. Alright, Lilith. You look adorable, Robin. The hairstyle brings back memories. Wow, okay. It suits you perfectly. Nice work, Brooke. You see, this is Oda realizing that everyone's been saying that we wanted some of the old look of Robin pre-time skip back to her. And seeing her with this haircut is very reminiscent of, you know, when she was in Alabasta, when she joined the Straw Hats after that. And yeah, all she needs is a cowgirl hat now at this point. It's spot on. Thank you, Brooke. She just wants to look the same. Well, in my brain right now, before we get to her own explanation, it seems like she just wants to look like how she did when she was younger, so that when she does meet up with Saul again, there will be that easy recollection. You know what I'm saying? So it's awesome though. I'm loving this. Hopefully she keeps this look for the rest of the story. Oh, that's the hairstyle you had when you met Saul, right? He'll be happy. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna end up crying at this reunion. That's Frankie saying that, obviously. That's the hairstyle we knew, Robin. Oh, okay. And that's Oimo and Kashi saying that. And Robin's just thinking to herself, we got the dots, but she has this very calm, soothed smile on her face. And you know, in most stories, the fact that we got her feeling at peace like this means that her world is about to get rocked either before she meets Saul or when she does meet Saul, because there's 0% chance that shit is just going to go smooth. Look, the island. The mist has cleared. Let's land. It's huge. The island of giants. We'll toast as soon as we reach the port. Clearly something's about to go wrong here. Elbaf. Huff, huff. It's an emergency. Saul sensei. He fell and he's not moving. Oh my god. What has happened to Saul? Okay, One Piece. That's the end of the chapter. It doesn't seem like there's a break next week. This is a good One Piece chapter. I'm I'm interested to see what Loki's overall motives are. It's clear that he kind of looks down on humans. He's not the first person of a race other than humans to look down on humans. But I'm also sure that there's a reason for that. And, he I'm not gonna lie, he does kind of have that complex where he's like, I'm just that guy and nobody else is on my level, giant or otherwise. But he seems to have some kind of very specific animosity when it comes to humans. But also, I'm curious to see more about what his actual relationship was with Shanks. Was Shanks the one that actually put the finishing blow so that he could end up in these chains? Or, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how Shanks ended up getting the relationship that he has with the Giants to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? He might be a savior of Elbaf or something along those lines. Even though when Gerd and I forgot what the cook's name is. What's the cook's name? 1 second. The cook's name is Goldberg. In the other chapter, it might have been last chapter, when they were discussing Loki, they made it seem like all the giants of the island had to come together to beat him. But Shanks might have been the ultimate person that put his foot down and stopped all the madness. You know what I mean? You know? So it'll be interesting to see what that relationship was like. And if Shanks does show up later in this arc, seeing him interact with Loki like face to face. I love that Robin has her old haircut back. It's amazing. Nostalgia. I'm always live for it. When it comes to Saul, I have no idea. Let's just see how that plays out. And let me know if you think that Luffy's going to end up releasing Loki or not. And why do you think that if Loki can't break himself out of this, why is he so confident that Luffy can release him, for one thing? And for two, is Luffy going to fight this guy or not? Let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. And if you're into Hunter x Hunter, check out my reaction to that chapter too.